Goosebumps has 34 timelines. The first timeline is the original, and that contains the original 62 Goosebumps books that came out from 1992 to 1997. Second timeline, Goosebumps, the TV series. This aired from 1995 to 1998. It had 4 seasons. Third timeline, Tales to Give You Goosebumps. This had 6 volumes from 1994 to 1997. Fourth timeline, Goosebumps, Triple Header. This had 2 volumes from 1997 to 1998. Fifth timeline, Give Yourself Goosebumps. This had 50 volumes from 1995 to 2000. Sixth timeline, Goosebumps 2000. This had 25 volumes from 1998 to 2000. Seventh timeline, Goosebumps Gold. This was going to be a direct sequel to Goosebumps 2000 coming out sometime in 2001, but was ultimately cancelled before the first issue was even published. Eighth timeline, Goosebumps Autobiographies. This had 2 volumes from 1997 to 1998. The first volume was about R.L. Stein and how he came up with Goosebumps, and it also talks about his success with the franchise. The second volume had 30 pages you could colour in by Tim Jacobus, and it also talks about his success with the franchise. Ninth timeline, Goosebumps Presents. This had 18 volumes from 1996 to 1998. The difference between these books and their original counterparts were that these ones had pictures from their corresponding episodes printed on the cover of the book. These books were The Girl Who Cried Monster, The Cuckoo Clock of Doom, Welcome to Camp Nightmare, Return of the Mummy, Night of the Living Dummy 2, My Hairiest Adventure, The Headless Ghost, Be Careful What You Wish For, Go Eat Worms, Bad Hair Day, Let's Get Invisible, Attack of the Mutant, Ghost Beach, You Can't Scare Me, Monster Blood, Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns, Calling All Creeps, Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes, and The Blob That Ate Everyone. Was meant to be the 19th volume, but it was never published. 10th timeline, Goosebumps Haunted Library. This is 1 volume that came out in 1996 for Halloween, and it contains 3 stories: Bad Dog, Don't Make Me Laugh, and A Halloween Game. 11th timeline, Goosebumps Graphics. There is 4 volumes of these graphic novels from 2006 to 2015. 12th timeline, Goosebumps Horrorland. There's 27 volumes of this from 2008 to 2012. 13th timeline, Goosebumps Most Wanted. This has 14 volumes from 2012 to 2016. 14th timeline, Goosebumps Movie Adaptions. There's 7 volumes of this from 2015 to 2018. These books were based off of the 2 movies. 15th timeline, Goosebumps Master Editions. There's 5 volumes of this from 1995 to 1997. 16th timeline, Miscellaneous Goosebumps books. There were 7 volumes of this made from 1995 to 2012. These contained puzzles, behind the scenes of an R.L. Steinman on tour, and more. 17th timeline, Goosebumps Slappy World. This has 20 volumes, which started in 2017 and ends in 2023, with Fright Night being the last book in the series. 18th timeline, Goosebumps The Game, Goosebumps the Movie, and Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. Goosebumps The Game is a prequel to the movie. 19th timeline, Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland. This is a video game sequel to the book One Day at Horrorland, which came out in 1996. 20th timeline, Goosebumps Attack of the Mutant. This video game came out in 1997, and it's based on the book of the same name. 21st timeline, Goosebumps Horrorland. This video game came out in 2008 for Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, and PlayStation 2, and it serves as a tie-in for the Goosebumps Horrorland book series. 22nd timeline, Goosebumps Night of Scares. This mobile game is a tie-in to the first Goosebumps movie. 23rd timeline, Goosebumps Horror Town. This mobile game came out on November 26, 2017 in Australia, and it was later released on May 30th, 2018 in the United States and in the United Kingdom. The game was basically just a Goosebumps version of The Sims. 24th timeline, Goosebumps Dead of Night. This video game came out in 2020 for PC and consoles. 25th timeline, Goosebumps the Musical. This is based on Phantom of the Auditorium. It came out in 2016. 26th timeline, Goosebumps Stage Play. This came out in 1998. 27th timeline, Goosebumps Horrorland Fright Show and Funhouse. This opened on October 8, 1997 and closed on November 1st, 1998 at Disney MGM Studios. The show for this would start off like the TV series, with a man in black clothing walking onto the stage with the theme song playing in the background. After the intro was over, a magician called Amazo the Magician would pop out and do his magic act. He'd call kids up onto the stage to take part in the trick, and after the show was over, he would tell the audience to go and check out the funhouse. 28th timeline, Goosebumps audiobooks. These have been made from 1996 to 2023 and are still going. 29th timeline, Goosebumps merchandise. This includes t-shirts, board games, fake blood, and more. 30th timeline, Goosebumps live action TV series. This is a revival coming to Disney+. 31st timeline, Goosebumps website. This was created back in 1997 by Scholastic, and back then you could play games on it, read Goosebumps stories, and more, and it's still there to this day. 32nd timeline, rlstein.com. This is the home to everything Goosebumps, Fear Street, and more. 33rd timeline, Goosebumps House of Shivers. This is starting in autumn 2023, and it'll introduce new monsters and new stories. 34th timeline, Goosebumps special editions. These include the 3-in-1 collection books, as well as Monster Blood collection, Campfire stories, and more.